9 o'clock on the East Coast, 6 a.m. on the West Coast, and in Malaysia, we're back to 1974. Good morning. I'm Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Time uncertain, hello, good evening for me, good evening for me. And I just gotta mute this. Hold on. There. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be on the planet. Hello, Chaotic Robot. Oh, I was checking out your Twitter, by the way. Actually, I was just checking out Twitter, and you came up in my feed, so there you go. Invis Toby, hey there, good to see you. We are triple casting. Actually, we might be quadruple casting. I was trying to fix my YouTube, which is a ongoing project, and I sent out a feed to YouTube and then set out a second direct feed. I may be on 2 YouTube channels at once. I don't know. And as I've said a million times in the past, I don't care. I am where I am. I know I'm on Facebook Live. If you check out I'm Not Wearing Pants, just type that into the search bar, it'll come up. Hey Mohammed, hello to Saudi Arabia. You're welcome, Chaotic Robot. Don't thank me, I was just going through my Twitter feed. And I actually committed to a schedule. If you look at my twitch.tv page, Jay Sheldon No Pants, which is where a bunch of you are right now, you'll see under schedule, I actually have a schedule, and I made it what we talked about on our last stream, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. I may pop in now and then. Sunday nights are usually pretty good because I'm bored. It's Sunday night, nothing else going on. But so at the moment, that's what we're looking at. Tuesday, Thursday, which is today, and Saturday. So that'll be fun. Somebody asked me about my shirt. This is one of my most favorite shirts because it's one of my most favorite Japanese sayings. Hold on, I gotta slide this chair back so you can see the whole thing. I can't go too far because I'm not wearing pants. So this is Japanese, and if you can read, can anyone read Japanese? Do you know what that says? I don't read Japanese. I speak very little Japanese, as much as I am such a Japanophile. But, yeah. No. Okay, I will tell you. It is Ichigo Ichie. Ichigo Ichie. This is one. Ichi. Another one. Ichigo Ichie. It's... What do they call that? I'm going to explain it in a second, but it's like it's a very famous saying in Japan, and what it means, kind of literally translated, is one time, one moment. But the thinking behind it, as the Japanese are wont to do, is that it's used very often in tea ceremony. In fact, I have a scroll that I put up sometimes for tea ceremony in my tea room that says it's Ichigo Ichie. One time, one moment, but the meaning is basically this moment in exactly this way will never happen again, so that you should enjoy it, appreciate it for what it is. Those crazy Japanese, I'm telling you. Brilliant. Brilliant. You see why I love the Japanese and culture, the Japanese culture, particularly old school Japanese culture. Ichigo Ichie. Enjoy and appreciate the moment, because in exactly the same way, it will never happen again. I love that. It is so cool. There's another Japanese saying that, in fact, I think I have it on my Facebook profile. I used to have a shirt with it written on it, but that shirt got old. And it was, shikata ga nai. Shikataganai basically means that's just the way it is. Japan is a whole world of its own. You're right, Mohammed. Shikataganai is that's just the way it is, and I originally heard that in Snow Falling on Cedars, which was an amazing book. It was turned into a film. An okay film, but an incredible book. If you ever get a chance, check out Snow Falling on Cedars. Bit of a murder mystery, involves some Japanese culture. Takes place in the Pacific Northwest, if I'm not mistaken. One of the islands off of like the coast of Washington State. And it was... Who is that? I can barely see. Sriracha Samson. How badly did I butcher that? I'm sorry. So it was a part of this book where they did a flashback to the Japanese internment camps, a horrible time in U.S. history. And you know what? Let me crank that music down. It's a little overpowering. Okay. And one of the ways that they would accept their fate, accept the horrible things that they were going through, was the phrase shikataganai. I'm probably badly pronouncing it in Japanese, but it basically means that's just the way it is, and we accept it. So there is your Japanese 101 lesson for the night. I don't charge for this. If you want to donate, you can donate there if you're on Twitch, or down here if you're on Facebook Live. But no, there's no charge. It's okay, because it's a really crappy Japanese lesson anyway. So, yeah, what else? Thursday. The week is almost done. Tomorrow, thank God, is Friday. We had lovely lessons, thanks. We had a new president sworn in yesterday. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. We are still in lockdown. In fact, no surprise, it's been extended until February 4th. Yay. And someone else pointed out on my Facebook earlier today, I saw that the date of Chinese New Year, which I think is the 21st of February, is a palindrome. Like, well, here in Malaysia, because we were a former British colony, there's a lot of British customs and ways of writing. We drive on the wrong side of the road. I'm an American, so, well, used to be. And one of the things is that our day goes before our month when we write the date. I know in the US, it's, let's say today would be 1/21/21. Hey, 1/21/21. But you know what? Somebody else pointed out this is the 21st day of the 21st year of the 21st century. How cool is that? Anyway, Chinese New Year is the 21st of February, which the way we write it would be 21/02/2021, and that's like a palindrome. It reads the same way front and back. I would assume that means it's a very fortuitous year, a very fortunate date. The Chinese culture is crazy about lucky numbers, doing things like feng shui, and all that. So having a date that is a palindrome, front and back, reads the same. I don't know this, but I would guess that in Chinese culture, it would probably be considered something very lucky. So we'll see. It better be. because we're already in lockdown. It's just a few days after the first of the year, and right back into lockdown we went. Basically, it was because our infection numbers were up in the 4 digits. In fact, 4,000 per day new infections. So, everybody goes crazy and lock it down, close businesses by 8. Although, as of tomorrow, restaurants and things can now be open until 10. Yay. Because, people work during the week and they get out at 6 or something. And yes, we're all mostly working from home, but not everybody. A lot of people are still in limited numbers going to the office. Yeah, same in the UK and Toby. New year, new lockdown. Ridiculous. Anyway, takeouts only here. Yeah, takeouts only here also. There's no dining in restaurants. But the problem was they made them close at 8. Well, people rush home, you grab a shower, and by the time you get ready, either the delivery guys have stopped taking orders or the restaurant's about to close. So now finally, the powers that be have decided the restaurants can stay open until 10. So we can breathe a small collective sigh of relief that we can actually eat. Smell that? That's sarcasm. We need a lockdown here. Although, my understanding is places like Florida, where they have no real lockdown, businesses are open, people are out, their numbers are quite low, and they're dealing with things quite well. Don't know what time ours close. Yeah. Went back to a minor lockdown in Thailand. Hey, you're in Thailand! I won't do the cheesy Sawadee Kap, but Kap Kun Man Kap. That is the guy or the person whose name I so severely butchered. I'm going to try again. Hold on. I got to go over to my Twitch page because it will be much more obvious there. Where's my chat? Okay, I don't know. It's there somewhere. Samson. Okay, we'll go with Samson. Because I'm not going to try that again. I'm sorry. I would have embarrassed myself with your name. All right, Samson. Thank you. Wow. What else is going on? Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. Weekend's coming. Thank goodness for that. In my studio here, which I have one extra bedroom in my house, which I have turned into a streaming studio. I've got lights going on. Actually, that purple light, I still can't get it right. It's this nice neon reflected light, purple, but this camera, this C920, picks it up and goes and blows the light up. So I've got a bit of a red bulb going on in the corner. And I've got everything. But when I'm not streaming, I don't have the ring light here and this, go with the other one, this one back here, this other ring light. So I don't have them on. So I don't have like a work light. So I went to our friendly neighborhood online ordering place, Lazada, Shopee, those kind of things. And I ordered this work light. It's just a little clamp light that clips onto the desk. It would like be right here or over here and just come over so that I can light up my keyboard so I can see what I'm doing when I'm not streaming, which is, 90% of my week. It sat there as item packed, not shipped. It's been 4.5 days. Tomorrow's the 5th day. I finally got so fed up. I ordered another one from a local company because I always try. When you do a search, you can search the whole planet or the whole region, but I always switch the search parameters to be local Malaysia, or preferably Western Malaysia, but Western, Eastern Malaysia. Um, I like to keep my business local, keep my money local. So I found another one in stock. Hopefully, it says fast shipping. We'll see. If this one gets here before the other one is even shipped, I'm going to be really cranking. Really cranking. So we'll see. I may wind up with two lights. So I'll have one over here, one over here. Hey, that's all right. I always use an extra light. What else is happening? Not a whole lot. Miko had a great day. Miko, if you don't know, if you're new to the stream, is my Shiba Inu little girl. She is just over a year old now, about 9.3 kilos, I think, the last time we weighed her. And she's a holy terror. We had a nice walk tonight, and the weather here was actually quite pleasant today. It's been incredibly wet and then suddenly incredibly hot. Today we had a okay day. Bit of sunshine, little clouds moved in, but yeah, Miko and I managed to get out for a walk today, which we weren't able to do yesterday because it was too wet. So I did buy her costume, yes, and it's on the way from China. Again, I couldn't find one locally. I did try, but this one comes from China. It's her Cheongsam for Chinese New Year. I cannot wait. It's actually shipped. It's just gone through customs in China, and it is, I assume at this point, on a plane headed for Malaysia. So trust me, as soon as it gets here, my next stream, it's going on. She's going to be on camera. And plus, I'm sure I'll take a million pictures and put them on my Facebook, so you'll see it there. Speaking of my Facebook, I've been threatening to do this for the longest time, and I haven't. I am going to get to the next chapter in The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'll be reading another chapter tonight, and tonight is the Cowardly Lion. They meet the Cowardly Lion for the first time in tonight's chapter. I think it's chapter 5. But I've been threatening to do this, and I want to at least try for a few minutes. Threatening, yes. Excuse me. I wanted to try this, my Facebook review. See, it even says it right up there. Right up there in the corner. It says Facebook review. So this is me doing something you're not supposed to do. This is my Facebook feed. My feed, because of algorithms and all that, looks different from yours, looks different from yours, from yours, from yours. Everybody's Facebook feed is different based on what you click on, what they think you're going to like, what they want you to see, what they don't want you to see. By the way, this is an amazing shot from my dear friend David Wu. David was in the stream the other day, and David's a fellow I told you who went on a bicycle to the 7 wonders of the world, all around the earth. But David also apparently has bought a drone, and he's done some amazing work. This is one of his shots from today on his drone. There are some things here I'm going to see. I'm in this Shiba Inu group. It's called Silly Shibas. Now, this is a rather bad picture, but she is proud of her find on our walk. She won't eat it. It looks like a piece of bread. If that was Miko, that bread would not have stood a chance. It would be gone. Beautiful shot of a butterfly. See, this is a relative of mine back in the U.S., Maura O'Neill Jones, and she posts some amazing stuff on the web. Some of this I will have to scream through because it's either not for public consumption or whatever. Ooh, that looks nice. Home-cooked food. Check that out. Had some fried chicken there. Looks like some scrambled eggs. And, of course, our staple food here, which is rice. Ted Cruz thinks Paris Accord is bowing to the views of Paris citizens. See, I get this stuff on my feed, all this political stuff. Which, honestly, I am so tired of reading political crap. If I could just click the X and shut this stuff off, I would. Somebody wants to sell me oh, this is nice, actually. Japanese teacup and tea set. It's beautiful. Ah, dinner. Maggie. Maggie. Dragon meat. Very nice. And got some vegetables thrown in there at the same time. Yummy. There's Tony. Oh, check this out. Nice. Some bodybuilding website. Look at this bonsai. I do bonsai by 15, 16 years old, which was a million years ago. This one, absolutely beautiful. Where is this from? The Masahiko Kimura Bonsai Garden in Japan. That is beautiful. Wow. Story of my life, right there. Coffee, heartbeat. I am gonna so get in trouble doing. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Normally I go through and I click like on all these things. Okay, more things about this, that, and the other thing. Try to sell me things. More political crap. A beautiful Japanese. Again, you can tell how much time I spend looking at Japanese things because that comes up in my feed all the time. Nice egg. I don't know if it's an egg or not. What is that? Known as the artist of the soul, or artist of light, after having taught art at contemporary elementary schools in Osaka and Tokyo. Age of 40, famously quit the teaching profession to go to Paris and fulfill his dream. La vie, inochi, meaning of life. Metals and oil on canvas from 1984 by Yoshida Kenji. That's really nice. Beautiful. What else we got? Tokyo Tower. I don't need to see this. Delitos. Nice. Oh, you're right, JJ. Okay, I'll tell you what. This is Thursday, so my next stream is scheduled for Saturday. Saturday night, I will bring my shamisen upstairs. It's downstairs. I've got all kinds of Japanese instruments. I have a koto, big koto. I have a shamisen. I have 2 or 3 shakuhachis. Very, very difficult. One of the most difficult instruments I ever learned to play. I'm not bragging. I hate the me thing, but I've always been very musical my entire life. Again, not bragging, I was born with the ability to basically pick up an instrument and play it. People say, oh, how many instruments do you play? Again, please, not bragging. Pretty much I can play anything. I can at least work out a rudimentary tune on anything you hand me to play. Which is why I also learned, you know what, let me get rid of Delitos here because I really don't want to see Mark Zuckerberg's face. I taught myself to play the bagpipes. Yeah, I actually know how to play the bagpipes. I had a set of bagpipes when I moved to Key West back, I think, in the 90s. I gave them up, and I haven't played since. I did have them for a little while in the Florida Keys. I play piano by ear, indeed. I can pretty much hear a song and play it. Guitar, banjo. Quick story, my grandfather, who has long since passed on, he passed on in the 70s, but he was a hell of a banjo player, great guitar player too, as was my father. Most of the Sheldon side of my family were all musically inclined one way or the other. That's probably where I got this ability from. But my grandfather was an amazing banjo player, and I taught myself to play the banjo. He gave me a little help, and when he passed, he willed to me his banjo, which was the most gorgeous antique banjo with mother of pearl inlay all up and down the neck. Just so beautiful and invaluable to me because it was my granddad's, Grampy's. And I was living in Torrington, Connecticut at the time, and our house got broken into. and they stole it, along with a bunch of other stuff. But they stole my grandfather's banjo. And I searched for months, and when we did a police report and all that stuff, police came. But I looked in all the pawn shops and the like for months. Because, I mean, chances are whatever moron stole the banjo couldn't play it, so they probably were going to pawn it. I looked in all the pawn shops. There weren't that many in Torrington. At the time was a town of about 35,000 people, maybe. So it never showed up, and I never saw it again. And it hurts to this day. That was a hell of a loss. But, yeah, we move on. In fact, I haven't had or played a banjo since, I don't think. Not because of that. If I'd had a banjo, I would be playing it. But anyway, back to Japan. Yeah, I've got a bunch of Japanese instruments, and the shamisen is one of my favorite. I'm self-taught. If you know the right way to play a shamisen, please don't watch Saturday Night. But I will bring my shamisen up here, and we will play a couple of tunes. I know Sakura. I know the basic melody of Sakura, so we'll play that. That'll be cool. At least something different. This shows all that kind of different wacky, whatever happens stuff. I don't know. Maybe that's why you're here. I'm not sure. Could be. Yeah, sorry to hear that. Thank you, Mohammed. It was not a nice time, but that's all right. We get through it. So I've got that. I've got. What else do I have downstairs? Oh, I have. This is not a Japanese instrument. It's a Chinese instrument, and I have not been to Japan. Believe it or not. My house it looks like a Japanese museum. JJ, you got to stop by sometime. Please PM me. We'll arrange a time after lockdown. But yeah, my house is like a Japanese museum, and yet, my whole life, well, since I was a teenager, I've been fascinated with Japan. Never made it to Japan. Don't care about Tokyo, modern Japan. I want to see Kyoto, the areas, the small villages around Kyoto. So, yeah. You're right, Mohammed. The Chinese bamboo flute is very difficult to get a noise out of. But you want a real challenge, try the shakuhachi. That thing, I'll bring that up too on Saturday night. The shakuhachi is damned hard because it's, I'll explain it later. So yeah, it's, I've not been to Japan. I've always wanted to go. I actually had a trip scheduled to Kyoto, and I had a job come up that I couldn't say no to. And so I had to cancel my trip. I was that close. Anyway, after lockdown, definitely, yep. Bring your Strat and we can jam. There you go. Good idea. The shamisen and the Strat. I like that idea. Co-worker in Viz Toby says, co-worker went all around Japan, old and modern. Even a current picture looked like it was old-fashioned. There are still, and that's why I want to get there before either I die or it changes, but there are still areas in the countryside of Japan that look very much like you've jumped in a time machine and gone back to the 1700s. Not a lot of places left, but some still that exist. That's the Japan that I want to see. So I'll get there one day, hopefully, before I take leave of this place. Yeah, I know you've been to Japan, not only for a holiday, but you also had a job in Japan, right? Oh, I'm telling you. Can you imagine? You get paid to go to Japan? No, that's the way to do it. And I know you're addicted to sushi. Kiwi Little. Always wanted to go to Japan, but I hate flying. That's going to make it kind of tough. I mean, I said... Miko's here. It's going to make it kind of tough. Yeah, culture shock from Thailand. You're exactly right. Miko, come here, baby. Come here. Hi, bud. Don't run away. Come here. What are you doing? I'll see if I don't know. Did you see her on the floor? Yeah, there she is. Yeah. Babe, come here. What are you doing? Come here. Come. People want to say hi. Apparently, she doesn't want to come on. Deserves a revisit once you head there the first time. Indeed. Yeah, she is fast. It's almost impossible to catch up with her. Miko, you want to come here? Come. I'll give you a cookie. I shouldn't say that. I don't have cookies. Hey, come here, baby. Come here. Come. Come here. It's all right. I'm not going to lock you in. She's so afraid I'm going to lock her in. Let me see if I can open this up so you can see her. Can you see her? Come here. Oh my God, you're so impossible. Come. Come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Goodbye. That's it. She's done. Sorry. I thought I could get her on, but apparently. Now don't stand there in the door and make faces at me like that. She is. She's sticking her face through the door, looking around, going, ah. Oh my God. She's doing great, by the way. Apparently somebody's got her all riled up because she's running around and in and out of the room. Unbelievable. I'll give you one more chance, dog, and then people are going to get bored with me trying. What do you say? You want to come on the show? Come here. Get over here. If I had her toy, she'd come right away. Come on. What is up with you? Can you come here? Can you come here? Come on, Miko. Ichiko Mikoto. Oi. Come here. Remember the shirt. One time, one moment. This is your last chance. All right. Come here, buddy. Huh? Can you come here? Yes, good girl. Good girl. Come here, come here, come here. Come here, come here. I can't believe you're sitting there watching me fight with a dog. Hold on, let me switch cameras. What do you say? Huh? What do you say? Good girl? Good girl. Yes, good girl. Come on. Come up. You want to come up here? Oh, you want to talk? Talk. Speak. Oh my God. What was that all about? Well, now everyone knows you have a voice. What do you say? Can you come up? You're silly. Oh, you're being silly. You're just being silly. All right. Bye. Bye, Miko. Everybody says bye. Now she's going to sit out there and cause trouble. And she comes back in again. Are you kidding me with this? Are you kidding me with this? What? Every time I turn back to the camera, she sneaks back in the room. What is up? All right. That's it. You're done. You're cooked. Stick a fork in Miko. She's cooked. You want to play? You want to play? I'll play. I got you. Ha! How about that? No, don't lick. Finally. Finally. Say hi. Don't lick the mic. Don't lick the mic. Look over there. See? That's you. There you go. Honestly, she is so full of energy. I don't know who's got her wound up. Huh? Finally. And I think he bit me. I mean, play bite. Okay? Now you're going to do the licky thing? All right with you. Everybody says, hey, pupper. Baby. Aw. Yeah, that's exactly what I did in Viz Toby. I ignored her, she got closer, and then I grabbed her. Huh. Aha. I win. All right, babe. All right. Say bye bye. No, no, don't lick the mic. Don't lick the headphones. Oh, come here. Come here. One more. There you go. All right. Say bye. Right there. Right there. There she is. Say bye, everybody. Say bye. All right, bud. Down you go. Oh, now you're stuck on my headphones. There you go. All right. You're done. Thank you, Miko. Oh my God, she did bite me. Again, it's just prime directive, lick everything. Exactly right. And she play bites. It doesn't hurt. It's just like, just a little nippy. She's playing. But, yeah. Oh my God. Okay, now you want to come up. Now I can't get rid of you. Isn't that? It was like a 4-year-old or a 2-year-old doesn't want to do it until then you can't get rid of them. Bye, Miko. Off she goes. All right. Now that I fought with the dog, I'm all sweaty. I got to get rid of these. Excuse me. All right, guys. Oh my God, we've been on for 40 minutes doing almost nothing but fighting with the dog. All right. Wherever you may be, Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, thanks for tuning in. I'm not done yet. We still got a chapter in our book to read, and I'm going to do that next, and then we'll sign out for the night until Saturday night, probably. My schedule is Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So by way of explanation, what we've been doing here at the end of our streams has been to read a chapter in a book, a public domain book, which is available. And thanks to the good folks at the Gutenberg Project, Project Gutenberg, which is www.gutenberg.org. You'll find all these books there. They are in the public domain. They're free to download, read online. I don't think they actually have ebooks per se, but you can find them on Project Gutenberg's website, and we thank them for that resource. Very nice. So we have been reading the wonderful, all for the puppers, relatable, you're right. We've been reading the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is the original L. Frank Baum version, which varies a bit from the film that everyone knows and loves. And so we will continue that now in chapter 6, which is entitled The Cowardly Lion. All this time, Dorothy and her companions had been walking through the thick woods. The road was still paved with yellow brick, but these were much covered by dried branches and dead leaves from the trees, and the walking was not good at all. There were few birds in this part of the forest, for birds love the open country where there's plenty of sunshine. But now and then there came a great, deep growl from some animal hidden among the trees. These sounds made the little girl's heart beat fast, for she did not know what made them. But Toto knew, and he walked close to Dorothy's side, and did not even bark in return. "How long will it be," the child asked of the Tin Woodman, "before we are out of the forest?" "I cannot tell," was the answer, "for I have never been to the Emerald City, but my father went there once when I was a boy, and he said it was a long journey through dangerous country. Although nearer to the city, where Oz dwells, the countryside is beautiful. But I'm not afraid so long as I have my oil can, and nothing can hurt the Scarecrow, while you bear upon your forehead the mark of the Good Witch's kiss, and that will protect you from harm." "But Toto," said the girl anxiously, "what will protect him?" "We must protect ourselves if he is in danger." "We must protect him ourselves if he is in danger," replied the Tin Woodman. And just as he spoke, there came from the forest a terrible roar, and the next moment a great lion bounded onto the road. With one blow of his paw, he sent the Scarecrow spinning over and over to the edge of the road, and then he struck at the Tin Woodman with his sharp claws. But to the lion's surprise, he could make no impression on the tin, although the woodman fell over in the road and lay still. Little Toto, now that he had an enemy to face, ran barking toward the lion, and the great beast had opened his mouth to bite the dog, when Dorothy, fearing Toto would be killed and heedless of danger, rushed forward and slapped the lion upon his nose as hard as she could, while she cried out, "Don't you dare bite Toto! You ought to be ashamed of yourself, a big beast like you to bite a poor little dog." "I didn't bite him," said the lion as he rubbed his nose with his paw where Dorothy had hit it. "No, but you tried to," she retorted. "Oh, you're nothing but a big coward." "I know it," said the lion, hanging his head in shame. "I've always known it. But how can I help it? I don't know, I'm sure, to think of your striking a stuffed man like the poor Scarecrow." "Is he stuffed?" asked the lion in surprise, as he watched her pick up the Scarecrow and set him upon his feet while she patted him into shape again. "Of course he's stuffed," replied Dorothy, who was still angry. "That's why it went over so easy," remarked the lion. "It's astonished me to see him whirl around so. Is the other one stuffed as well?" "No," said Dorothy. "He's made of tin." And she helped the woodman up again. "Well, that's why he nearly blunted my claws," said the lion. "When they scratched against the tin, it made a cold shiver run down my back." "What is that little animal you're so tender of?" "He's my dog, Toto," answered Dorothy. "Is he made of tin or stuffed?" asked the lion. "Neither. He's a meat dog," said the girl. "Oh, he's a curious animal and seems remarkably small, now that I look at him. No one would think of biting such a little thing except a coward like me," continued the lion sadly. "What makes you a coward?" asked Dorothy, looking at the great beast in wonder, for he was as big as a small horse. "It's a mystery," replied the lion. "I suppose I was born that way. All the other animals in the forest naturally expect me to be brave, for the lion is everywhere thought to be the king of beasts. I learned that if I roared very loudly, every living thing was frightened and got out of my way. Whenever I've met a man, I've been awfully scared, but I just roared at him, and he's always run away as fast as he could go. If the elephants and tigers and bears had ever tried to fight me, I should have run myself. I'm such a coward. But just as soon as they hear me roar, they all try to get away from me. And of course, I let them go." "But that isn't right. The king of beasts shouldn't be a coward," said the Scarecrow. "I know it," returned the lion, wiping a tear from his eye with the tip of his tail. "It is my great sorrow, and it makes my life very unhappy. But whenever there is danger, my heart begins to beat fast." "Perhaps you have a heart disease," said the Tin Woodman. "Maybe," said the lion. "If you have," continued the Tin Woodman, "you ought to be glad, for it proves you have a heart. For my part, I have no heart. I should not be a coward. As I have no heart, I can't have heart disease, said the lion. I'm going to the great Oz to ask him to give me some, remarked the Scarecrow, for my head is stuffed with straw. And I'm going to ask him to give me a heart, said the Woodman. And I'm going to ask him to send Toto and me back to Kansas, added Dorothy. Do you think Oz could give me courage? Asked the Cowardly Lion. Just as easily as he could give me brains, said the Scarecrow. Or give me a heart, said the Tin Woodman. Or send me back to Kansas, said Dorothy. Then, if you don't mind, I'll go with you, said the Lion, for my life is simply unbearable without a bit of courage. You will be very welcome, answered Dorothy, for you will help to keep away the other wild beasts. Seems to me they must be more cowardly than you are if they allow you to scare them so easily. They really are, said the Lion, but that doesn't make me any braver. And as long as I know myself to be a coward, I shall be unhappy. So once more, the little company set off upon the journey, the Lion walking with stately strides at Dorothy's side. Toto did not approve of this new comrade at first, for he could not forget how nearly he had been crushed between the Lion's great jaws, but after a time he became more at ease, and presently Toto and the Cowardly Lion had grown to be good friends. During the rest of the day there was no other adventure to mar the peace of their journey. Once, indeed, the Tin Woodman stepped upon a beetle that was crawling along the road and killed the poor little thing. This made the Tin Woodman very unhappy, for he was always careful not to hurt any living creatures, and as he walked along he wept several tears of sorrow and regret. These tears ran slowly down his face and over the hinges of his jaw, and there they rusted. When Dorothy presently asked him a question, the Tin Woodman could not open his mouth, for his jaws were tightly rusted together. He became greatly frightened at this and made many motions to Dorothy to relieve him, but she couldn't understand. The Lion was also puzzled to know what was wrong, but the Scarecrows seized the oil can from Dorothy's basket and oiled the Woodman's jaw, so that after just a few moments he could talk as well as before. This will serve me a lesson, said he, to look where I step, for if I should kill another bug or beetle, I should surely cry again, and crying rusts my jaw so that I cannot speak. Now, thereafter he walked very carefully, with his eyes on the road, and when he saw a tiny ant toiling by, he would step over it, so as not to harm it. The Tin Woodman knew very well he had no heart, and therefore he took great care never to be cruel or unkind to anything. You people with hearts, he said, have something to guide you, and need never do wrong. But I have no heart, and so I must be very careful. When Oz gives me a heart, of course, I needn't mind so much. And that's the end of Chapter 6. Coming up in our next stream, we'll do Chapter 7, The Journey to the Great Oz. And I have a feeling we may meet another witch in this next chapter. Intelligence 100. Yeah, cool beans. All right, that's gonna do it. We've been plugging at this thing for almost an hour now. We had a little Miko, we had a little Facebook review, and we had another chapter in our story. Thank you. Don't forget to like, share, follow. If you're so inclined, you can click there on Twitch, or at the bottom there's a link to donate to the cause and help defray the costs of my streaming. No obligation. And as always, anytime, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, you can be a part of the show. You want to give a buzz on Skype. I mean, not now because I'm about to close out the stream, but normally anytime, unless I'm obviously reading a chapter in the book, then I can't take the call. But anytime you want to be a part of the show, you're welcome to do that. If you got something you want to get off your chest, something you want to comment on, in addition to all the chats, you can also come on live and join me. I enjoyed bringing it to you. Thanks very much, Samson, and thanks to everybody who. Art posted Chaotic Robot. All right, I will check that out. I don't think I can do that right now and put it online, but we will do that. I will save whatever you've got. We'll do it on Saturday night on our next stream. All right, guys, thanks so much for everything. Thanks for watching, whether it's Facebook Live, I'm not wearing pants, Jay Sheldon on YouTube, and Jay Sheldon No Pants on twitch.tv. Until Saturday night, I believe, we will see you. I am Jay Sheldon, and I'm not wearing pants. Good night.
Yo.